Hi, I'm Andrew Swallows, and I work for ServiceNow's Expert Services as a consultant. And I help bring UX into ServiceNow projects. Before ServiceNow, I built an enterprise UX team over 6 years at a company at the size of about 100,000 employees. Before I went into UX, I started as a developer for 9 years, becoming their first user experience researcher. Before joining ServiceNow, I was an enterprise solution architect focused on bringing user experience into all aspects of the enterprise, decisions, strategy, processes, everything. So today, I wanted to highlight that user experience methods can be used in more than just user interfaces, but also processes. One example is we collect data on a process, and then we visualize it with a journey map. A journey map separates phases of a process and shows how those phases affect the end user. It also shows the steps that happen within each phase. But why does it work so well? It's just a fancy picture, right? You have to remember, teams are often focused on their day-to-day deliverables. So going through the process of creating a journey map and doing interviews and workshops gives those people a chance to really focus on identifying pain points and thinking about innovative solutions to solve those pain points. A service management office, or SMO, is one area I use journey mapping. The SMO process started off as a change control board with approvals for all service changes. In the first iteration of discovery, we found that there was a bottleneck. As a result, service owners had developed their own processes before they went to the SMO to prioritize what would actually go in front of the board for approval. The rest of their changes were not communicated through the SMO, and the changes were rejected. When changes were rejected, service owners were very frustrated. At the same time, we discovered that hundreds of people went to the SMO board meeting. They found tremendous value there. It was the best way other services and interested parties could see what was going on and detect overlapping service changes or impacts to their own services. We use journey maps to visualize and show the SMO owners the journey services took, including pain points and value. Eventually, over years, we tied service changes to company strategic goals and moved away from approvals and more to collaboration and empowerment. We introduced new steps for services that enabled them, and we removed steps that produced shelfware and busy work. This also allowed the UX team to show services how to better employ us in designing their processes and workflows, which led to more work and more improvements within services. One thing I loved when we adopted ServiceNow was the Common Services Data Model, or CSDM, which was a vast improvement over anything we attempted in digitally transforming the SMO process. In summary, remember, UX practices can be used with processes, not just user interfaces, and journey maps are a great way to visualize processes to identify improvements.